Hey YouTube. Well, I got a story to tell. Yesterday, I walked a little over 10 miles to the hospital to visit my sister. And about an hour before I got there, I was having severe chest pains, and I got to the hospital to visit her. She wasn't there yet. She arrived in an ambulance later, but so I go up to the desk and I check myself in, get it checked out, because I'm 46. I mean, chest pain for an hour is kind of scary. And anyway, short story long, they did a chest scan, they did all the blood work, all that. Then at the end of it all, like 4 hours, 5 hours later, they tell me everything with my heart's fine. Enzymes came back all right, all that. And then before I leave, he says, "Oh, and you got a nodule." I was thinking he was talking about my heart, right? There was a nodule on my heart, and I was thinking, wow, what's that? I've never heard of that. Well, on my way down the hallway, I start reading the paperwork. The nodule is not on my heart. It's on my lung. It's on my lung. It's 15 millimeter, which means it's probably the size of a BB. Chances of it being benign are pretty good, actually. From my research, a lot of times they are benign. But with my history of cancer, I don't know if you guys can see the scar. Yeah, right there. When I was a little boy, I had plastic surgery and had a malignant tumor removed from my face. About a year ago, I went to the doctor and had blood work, and they told me that my white blood cells were just super high. Asking me about infections or if I had a cut on my foot or anything like that. And anyway, I just never went and checked it back out. But yesterday was a surprise, Yesterday was a surprise. I left the hospital on foot. I almost walked out into traffic. I almost said fuck it and just walked out into traffic. And I'm not trying to make a big deal out of it yet, because it could be benign. It really could be. And but I won't lie, the idea of my mortality is heavy on my mind. Things I've said, things I've done, people I've hurt, with no remorse, no abandon. Now I got remorse, Isn't it weird how when you think you may die, you start feeling sorry about the things that you've done and the people that you've hurt? Like, why? Why do you do that? I mean, you didn't give a fuck before, so why you give a fuck now? And by the way, it's not death that I fear. It's a life of pain and weakness. So, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, and this isn't a threat, if the tests come out positive, if it spreads, if it turns into something, before it gets real bad, I will not take chemo. I will not let them cut portions of my lungs out. I will not. None of that. None of it. None of it. It ain't happening. When it gets to the point that I can no longer operate, function, I will unalive myself. I just will. Because that's not a quality of life I want. At all. So, just heads up. Alright, well, with that, end of the negativity. Gonzo loves you. Gonzo loves everything about you. Every little minor detail, every little Gonzo out.